Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As always, give a few minutes for you guys to get up in here today. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. Welcome. Man, it's been a wild year, but it's very different when you're debt free. It's not the same. Don't get me wrong, we still see it, and everyone participates in it. What's up, Dennis? Everyone participates in what's going on what went on in 2020, right? But everybody doesn't participate in it equally. But when you're in debt, you don't know that. It just seems like it just it seems like what it is to you because the majority of you are in debt and you just don't know it. That's why all the same things keep happening to you. But once you're outside the debt matrix, I promise you everything's different. Everything changes. What's up, Steven? What's going on? Glad you guys showing up on this wonderful day today. To us, it's just another day. It's not really special just because the first of the year. Like it's weird. It's like it's like you're supposed to think this since 2020 is gone. What happened? The problems in 2020 are now gone. No, they're still here. It doesn't care that today is January 1st, 2021. The same issues are still here. It's not going anywhere. So, but anyway, Happy New Year. What's up, champ? What's going on? Hello, Lord. What's happening? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young, representing the SMD family, legacy creator, superpower holder, superpower gift holder. It's crazy. Anyway, let's get started. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix, no, let me say that over because I say it a new way now. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see. So, and on that same note, I'm trying to tie this in here to make it sound right? But if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it cannot make financial sense. It cannot, right? But anyway, I didn't know this when I lived inside the debt matrix, right? I lived there for first 40 years of my life. Didn't know it. Raised up to believe credit and debt were just part of life, and it is what it is. Until I woke up one day and realized that I was in debt. Found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, "Hey, LJ, take the math that you learned in grade school and apply it to your finances, and you'll win with money." And that's what I did, and now I'm free. And once I became free, my life changed, and I can't even explain to you how much my whole entire life has changed. And every day it has become more and more clear, right? It's just crazy, right? Even till this day, it just becomes more and more clear, right? And I can't help but to share with others this gift. It's like it's like a superpower, man. And the reason why it's like a superpower, everything I say and do, I can mathematically prove to be true, right? And once you cross over, once and this is my purpose, right? And we'll get to that part. But this is my purpose. my purpose is to help people cross over outside the debt matrix. All right, that's my purpose. This is crystal clear to me. I am the base to help you come on over because there's people way more advanced to me than me and inside of this area. Okay, this is the best way I can describe it. So I help you by using mathematics, help you cross over. Because once you do it, once you cross outside the debt matrix, there is no going back. You cannot, your eyes will open up. Let me give you an example of something that I was thinking about this morning, okay? And I really want to share this with you guys, especially you IT guys. This is very important, okay? I was a virtualization engineer for 20 years, tier 3, all that, okay? Uh, as part of that level type of, you know, your salary, there's usually an on-call rotation and you're on call for a week or 2 weeks or however your job does it, right? And so you can get a call 24 hours a day during that week, blah blah blah, right? But also at this level, they also pay part of your phone bill, right? You can just submit your phone bill and they pay part of it, and you think you're winning because you're not paying your whole entire phone bill, right? This is what you don't see. Okay, this is what I didn't see because I was in debt. All right, I remember they used to call me anytime anything went wrong, even if I was on call or not on call, I would still get a call, right? Because I was very, very good at what I did in virtualization, VMware software, by the way. So just in case if you guys wondering what it is, VMware. I remember when I used to get calls in the middle of the night when I wasn't on call, I would have to get up, get on the computer, log in, do all that stupid password stuff just to get in the security, whatever, right? But something would go through my body like, this is wrong. The feeling of that, I can't really explain, but I remember I used to wake up and feel like something was wrong about what was happening here, right? I would have to wake up even when I wasn't on call, get on the call regardless, right? Because I was the only one, or me and another person might have been the only person that'd be able to fix this particular problem, right? Now I know what that feeling was. And this is all, I wish somebody would have, if you're in this position, all right, I'm gonna say it in a way I wish somebody would have said it to me to make me understand what that feeling was. And this is what it is. If somebody would have came to me and said, "Hey, Linnell, they're paying for your phone bill so they can have 24-hour access to your life, so they can call you anytime they wish. And if they can call you anytime they wish, that means they own 24 hours of your life." I wish somebody would have said it to me like that. If they can call you anytime they wish, even when you're on call, not on call, in the middle of the night, that pretty much says for the salary that they're paying you, they actually own 24 hours of your life, not just the 40 hours that they're paying you for. They're quadrupling their profit without even paying you. I wish somebody would have said it to me like that because I had known something was wrong. But anyway, let's get back to the topic. New Year's resolution. And before I get started, all right, we got an SMD family member, Hyphy, that had purchased 5 books that he's going to raffle off to SMD family members that participate. These books are recommended by SMD family member Andre, right? And he's going to raffle these off to the SMD family members that participate in today's stream about New Year's resolutions. And then we'll announce these winners. No strings attached, no BS, just 5 books, 5 people. And these books are definitely going to be good, especially if they were recommended by Andre. If you want to reach the next level of this game, it's yeah, okay. So I'm gonna start it out with my New Year's resolution, what I thought, and my New Year's resolution is big. I am going to start a legacy. Okay. My New Year's resolution is to start a legacy. Now, I remember I was thinking to myself, I want to start my now it's still gonna be my I'm gonna start a family legacy. It's still gonna happen. It's starting with me. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean family that are in my immediate family that is going to start a legacy with, because those of you that understand how this works, it has nothing to do with your immediate family, your cousin, relatives, nothing. It means you guys understand it has nothing to do with that. So when I say a legacy from family, I'm talking about SMD family members that understand. Now, if my immediate family is part of it, great. But as you know as well as I know, hey, it doesn't matter who it is. Blood doesn't even matter. SMD is going to be the start of a legacy, a worldwide legacy, worldwide. And a lot of people, many people think manifesting is something like imaginary, you can't see it. I'm saying it is. I'm saying what it is going to be because I can see it. Trillions of dollars in mortgage loan debt tells me so. That says I can see something millions of people cannot see. Trillions of dollars in student loan debt. I can see something that millions of people cannot see. I'm showing it to you. I'm proving it to you. It's the obvious. Trillions of dollars in credit card debt. I see something millions of people cannot see. That's how I know it's the start of a legacy. This is a this is a gift I have, and I fully understand, respect it that it's a gift. Believe that. Now, if I could get my immediate family to follow suit, it would change. It would change the Young name forever. My last name is Young. It would change it forever. But that's asking anybody, let alone my own family, asking everybody to say, hey, man, yeah, you got to unlearn everything you've been taught about money and credit and all that other stuff. You have to unlearn it. Yep, it was all wrong. Sure, I mean, not wrong. Let me stop even saying the words. It was wrong. It was incorrect. You're just on the wrong side of it all. Yeah, credit and debt are important. That is true. That part is very true. But you don't have to be in it. You don't have to be in it. You can be on the outside of it, looking at it, looking at credit and debt for the tools that they are. I'm gonna let Hyphy. I don't know what the names of the books. So I'm gonna let Hyphy. When he jumps on, hopefully he'll provide that information. You'll be on the outside looking in. This will be the start of. I mean, this is like when I think about this in my mind. This is worldwide what I know. This information is a gift because the majority of economies do what they run on debt. They run on debt. So it doesn't matter where you go. Once you understand this information that I know, it won't matter where you go in the world. You'll land wherever you land and say, oh, okay, this is economy run on debt. Yeah, okay. How does it work? Okay, this means that those taxes do this. You can't do this. You go to prison for that, blah, 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 whatever. And you just adapt because the majority of people are in debt. Now, this is another bigger thing. This is a bigger thing about my resolution. This is one of my resolutions. Maybe I'll know. Maybe one day I'll know. Maybe I won't know. Who knows? I might not live long enough to know. But what amazes me even more that somebody designed. Once you get outside the debt matrix, it's clearly that this is designed. Our economy is clearly designed. Who designed it? This is crystal clear. There is no sort of kind of maybe no somebody and you can't Google it because you don't even know what question to ask. You probably never. Nobody's probably even ever asked Google that question. It'll baffle Google. Google, like, what are you talking about here? Here's 1,000 things that I think you're talking about, and none of them will be the question that you asked. Will be the answer to the question that you asked. So this is my New Year's resolution to continue to uplift, bring people over, to have this same gift that I have. Just say, hey man, here you go. All you gotta do is believe in math. Here you go. Here's the gift. You'll be able to see through. I mean, this legacy will change your life. This legacy, you be part of it, man. It will change your life in every aspect. Relationships, it would change. Financials, just financial, personal finance is just the that's just the base, man. Every That's the foundation. All you gotta do, believe in mathematics. Now you got a solid foundation. Right from there, it's just everything changes. You won't date slaves. You won't find. It's just crazy. Your whole life will change. Now I'm gonna put the link to invite people in here to kind of talk. I want everybody to participate that want to participate. Uh, to talk about your New Year's resolution. What's your plans? What's your financial goal? What is you, and it don't have to be anything. Now when I'm talking personal, you can talk about whatever you want, but I don't want you thinking that you have to have a goal that's gonna top somebody else's goal. No, man, just think about the small ones. You could be like, "Hey, man, my financial goal is to pay off this $500 credit card," or, uh, "Man, yeah, I have this old cable bill that's been sitting around on my credit report for the last 2 years. Is $150. My goal is to pay it off." Because I promise you, they all count. Every single one of them count because as long as you're in debt, you're a slave. Your employer will always own more of the time in your life than you. There's 7 days in a week. Your employer owns 5. That's all the information you need to know. You see that? Now, when you're part of the system, you don't realize that. You think that's normal, that the job owns 5 and you only own 2. That's your life you're talking about. Why is that? Why are you okay with that? That's a program. I promise you guys that's a program. Monday's not bad. That's a program. Saturday and Sunday are not special. They're just days of the week. That's nothing. Those are all programs. As long as you're in debt, you're a slave. Shout out to Jared for the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the great content, LJ. Keep pushing. Hey, I can't stop. I couldn't stop if I wanted to. Champ says that's me with MediaCom. They on my credit for. That's what I'm saying. Those are the goals that you need to. and and I promise you, you just call them up and say, "Hey man, how much is it going to take for you guys to remove this from my?" It don't even have to be the whole 150. You guys gotta. This is what you guys gotta understand. Something. Always pay attention to your surroundings. You gotta unfocus of yourself. Unfocus. Stop focusing completely on yourself and look at the surroundings. Do you think anybody right now is paying off debt? You think anybody right now is paying off old old collections, they're not even paying attention to any of that. They're not getting any money. They will take anything. Pay attention to your surround. I bet you if you call them up and say, "Hey man, I got $75. That if I can give you this, you pay this completely off. Take 75, take it off my record, bring it to zero, whatever they need to do. They'll do it. They're not getting any money. Happy New Year, Christian. Thank you. So happy found this channel, you guys, and all the info that has been afforded to us. You are welcome. This is my purpose, man. It's like as we wait for you guys to come up here, I'm gonna keep posting this link in here. Oh, and sorry. Let me put this up here too, because I always forget that. There's my Cash App. And I want to thank everybody that has Cash App me out the blue from watching my videos. I want to make sure you guys understand that. I wish I could write something back to you inside of Cash App. Would be nice if they had a little option you could write a message back, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah. Happy New Year, everyone. I keep, like I said, I love what I do, man. I do. I love what I do. I love where I'm at. I love knowing that I'm bigger than Tony Robbins, man. Not that I'm trying to be bigger than him. I'm just saying I want you guys to understand something. The only difference between me and Tony Robbins is that more people know him than me. That's it. Nothing. There's nothing. And when I look at like, even before I even started SMD, right? Anybody that I saw like Tony Robbins or anybody big up on the stage, I never was like, oh, wow, look at that person. I always looked at myself as that person. I know that's weird to say, but I always looked at as me up on that stage, right? I can do that. How do I know that? He's there. If he's there, I can be there. That's how you must look at everything. I don't look at a person as just because they have more money than me, they're more special. No, they know something that obviously I don't know yet. And I promise you guys that are new to the channel, if you're this is the piece that you're missing. I promise you. I swear to God, it's the piece. And I keep now remember everything I say I can prove, right? I can prove it. Millions of dollars in credit card debt. I'm not part of that. SMD family members are not part of that nonsense. That's for slaves. Now, like, let me give you an example as we wait on here, because I want to. Now, this is what I'm going to stop doing, right? Because when I review videos, right, I don't want to. I don't want to downplay the person's business, like, but like pointing out things that don't make mathematical sense is really because what they're doing is legal. Okay, so I don't want to downplay their business because what they're doing is legal. But anyway, this guy sent me a video on Instagram, right? And it's this woman that's she's acting like she understands real estate and all this other stuff. She's writing all this stuff, got the whole whiteboard out. She's like, and the title of the video says, "Don't pay your house off. That's dumb," or something stupid like that. Don't pay your house off. You be wasting money, or something. You could do other things, right? And she's writing out this stuff on the board, and she goes, yeah, if you had said like you had a mortgage for $200,000 and you had $200,000 in cash, it'd be so dumb to pay your house off because you could do some other something to make more and more money than wasting the paying off the house. I'm like, okay, right off the bat, you already know that's a slave talk, and that doesn't even make any sense. And she's like, yeah, you take this 200 instead of paying off the house, you take this 200,000 and you invest it in these you go get another $200,000 property, and then you pick $50,000 the cash that you have in the bank. You put 50,000 down on that one, then you get another one and do the same, and another one and do the same. And I'm like, I'm looking at him like she don't even know. She don't even know what she's saying. Like so, because if you do it mathematically, you know, $200,000 cash minus $200,000 mortgage, that means that's zero. 200,000 minus 200,000 is zero. There is no money to do anything else. But for some reason, she thinks she can. She can because she's going to borrow the money, whether she knows this or not. What she's going to do? Refinance the house. That's called borrowing. She's going to borrow 50,000, put it down on a $200,000 house. Yep, okay, that's mortgage number one. Take another, borrow another $50,000, put almost damn near $1 million in debt. And then she says, and then you can cash flow each property for $200 for $200 extra a month. Blah blah blah. That's $800 cash flow. $800 minus almost $1 million is a cash flow to you. It's absolutely insane. But people like that. But you got to remember, what she's saying is legal. This gift of seeing through shit like that is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Now, me going in there, I did slip and I left a comment in there. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself, but I'm gonna stop doing that, right? I left a comment and I wrote in there exactly just what I just said to you. Hey, 200 minus 200 that's zero. You have no money to do anything. Everything underneath this point after zero, you believe you can do is borrowed money. It's all in the negative. She's crossing boundaries. She's talking about she's going from personal finances straight over to business and all this stuff. She's just crossing over, piercing the veil. She don't even know what she's saying. And you should have saw the comments underneath. Oh yeah, preach. Oh, you giving up? You hipping us on game? Oh yeah, you helping us come up? No, she's not. No, she's not. All those people, all they have to do is just do the math. They would clearly see she had no idea what the fuck she was talking about. Nothing. All you had to do is do the math. That's it. It would have made absolutely no sense. You know how long it's going to take you to pay off $1 million of debt with $800 a month? Hell no. There's a link just in case you guys want to come up here and talk about your New Year's resolution as I yip yap. You can interrupt at any time. Oh yeah, let me put that down there so you guys know where to go for a consultation if you need one. What's up, son of Israel? Millennials? Right, acting like the big negative numbers don't mean anything. And I'm glad you brought that up, son of Israel, because this is important. This is what came to me most recently, okay? It's not that slaves don't. It's even deeper that slaves that they obviously don't trust mathematics, but what's deeper than that? Slaves are programmed not to see and or recognize negative numbers. I swear to you guys, slaves cannot see negative numbers. You guys don't believe me? Give a slave a math problem that you know will have a negative result. Okay? Even if they say the number right, I guarantee you some of them won't even know, right? They don't even know they can open up a calculator and do it, right? But even say like this, say like you said, you gave them a math problem, say, hey, what's 5 minus 10? Right? Something simple like that. Most of them will say 5. They will say, oh, it's 5. And then you say, no. And then they'll look at you puzzled. They'll say, yes, it is. It's 5. And then you'll say, no. And then they'll say, yes, it is. And then you'll say, no, it's -5. And then they'll go, oh, yeah, -5. That's what I meant. Well, see, and I want you to notice how they just nonchalantly say it like that, like it means Just that, nothing. That's 100% total opposite of the wrong answer, of the right answer. So it's not just not, but you got to remember that's what they do with their finances. They don't see it like that. They can't see negative numbers. Just like Kevin Samuel's view on paying an exorbitant money for classes to be high man value is yeah, that's exactly. That's legal. That's legal money. Whatever he's doing, it's legal. Once you understand what I teach, you won't need any of that kind of stuff. You won't need those types of services. You won't need them. Nothing against him or what he does. It has nothing to do with that. I want you to understand that is business. This is what I want you guys to also understand something too. So you guys can sorry about that. Once once you understand this, you will discover I have discovered, let me just use myself. I have discovered who I am. Okay. First, I had to let go of LJ, the computer engineer. This was a name that my employer gave me that they could take it away. They hired me and say, "Hey, man, this is the name we're going to give you. Thank you. Now you've been Esquire Linnell, the computer engineer, until we deem fit, until we deem unfit." I had to strip myself of that and discover who I am. Because believe it or not, that was very difficult for me. I worked 20 years for that career to earn those titles. I had to let all that go, had to let it go to discover who I am. Now I know who I am. The reason why I brought this up is this. When you guys see these people on these channels, right? They're just showing you what they want to show you of the perception of themselves that they want to show you. That's it. That you don't. When I watch people's videos and channels, I just look at the person. I'm like, hey, that's the person they want to show me. I still don't know who that person is. And for me, I think to myself, I say, I hope that person doesn't think that that person is them, because as fame grows on people, they will think they are the person that everybody else, they will become the person that is perceived by the people that see them. Then they'll become that person until one day it's taken away or stopped or whatever. They're fame, like a famous person. One day they're not going to be famous. Nobody's going to recognize them. And then once that goes away, then what? Who are they? They're going to walk around just like everybody else. Nobody's going to recognize them. They're not going to say, hey, that's so and so, so and so. One day that's going to stop. Do they does the person already know who they are? Because like for example, I like Will Smith, right? But I don't know Will Smith, and I'm not meaning that I know him personally. I'm just saying I only know the Will Smith LLC, right? I know Will Smith the business. I don't know Will Smith personally, like Will Smith, who Will Smith is, right? So you got to be careful when you go and see these channels, man. You got what you when you come here, this is me. What you hear on the mic, you would hear if you were face to face to me. I would the same person. I'll say to your face, yeah, money ain't even real. No, that's money's not real. Money doesn't exist. That's pretty crazy, huh? This will be a gift. Once you get out of debt, you will clearly see currency in any form doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist. Once you realize this, then you're gonna real once you let me give you some. drink some water real quick. Put it this way. Once you realize and understand this, you're going to think back at all the things you've done for those little green pieces of paper that don't even exist. It's paper. I remember being in debt, and a few people throughout my life used to, just a sprinkle would say, "Hey, man, you know that's just paper." And it still didn't click. It still didn't click. It was paper. Yeah. Don't paper grow on trees? Yeah, it's paper. It's just paper. Whatever you believe it is, it is. Even even that those little green pieces of paper, they're not even hiding anything from you of the value of those pieces of paper. They show you. You just go to the government website and say, "Hey, how much did it cost to make $100 bill?" "Oh, 16.9 cents." "Oh, yeah, yeah, okay." Never once stop and say never wants to stop and say to yourself, "Then why do I believe it's 100? I don't know. Why is that? Why do you believe it's 100?" I find honestly, man, I find that fascinating. That fascinates me. I remember I would take a stack of money, right, and fold it and feel it and smell it, and all that's part of the program. Everybody knows what money smells like, right? Everybody knows what money smells like. That's part of the program. That's all part of the program, and it doesn't even exist. Happy New Year again, everyone. I promise you guys that when this when SMD blows up into outer space, I guarantee you the person you guys see today will still be the same person. I promise you that. I'll still be the same person because I was prepared for this position. I was prepared for this position to not take advantage of it, to not step on people to get there, not to lie, cheat, and steal, and uh, take people's money, do all that stupid nonsense, giving people bad information, knowing or not knowing, it doesn't really matter, but it's bad information is bad information. Steering, no. You get to where you're going by sticking with the truth. Just stick with the truth. Opinions opinions of the truth don't matter. It doesn't matter how people feel about the truth. It's they'll talk a good game and it'll always come back. But is it true? Yes. Then what? It doesn't matter how you feel about it. What's up, AJ? It's a it's just an amazing it's amazing to know that I am starting a legacy. It's just amazing, man. It's weird to accept it. It's weird to know it. Like to know that I'm starting a legacy because I'm changing people's lives. How do I know I'm changing people's lives? Because they tell me. I bet you I I bet you the people that actually tell me that I've changed their lives is probably minute compared to the people that I don't even know that I've changed their lives. Like when I guarantee you, Dave Ramsey, he has no idea that he has changed my life, and it's for him. The reason why I'm here as far as SMD goes, I'm only here because Dave Ramsey was there in his space. That's how it all connects. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know he's the one that allowed me to start this, where I'm talking to you guys on the mic today. It's just an amazing. It's a. The truth is a slow ride, though. Okay, but you got to remember, the truth are the only ones that last. That will be here forever. Most of these channels you see that talking about all this stupid nonsense, you're not going to hear them in a few years. There's going to be many more to replace them that are bigger because they all talk about the same shit. They just don't know they do. The truth is all it withstands the hands of time. It never changes. It never gets old. The truth never gets old. Zeke says, shout out to Zeke for the 1999 super chat. Thank you, sir. You have changed my life, LJ. It's scary because I see the system as it truly is, and I both love, hate it, especially for Black folks. This is what, and Zeke, this is what I want you to think about, okay? All right. And I really want you, this is very important because I want you to understand that in order for you to become wealthy, I want you to remove all color barriers. I want you to remove Democrats, Republicans, voting, racism, all that stuff. Those are all obstacles. And just concentrate on the math until you become wealthy. And then once you become wealthy, you stop, you turn around, and you say, okay, I acknowledge that there's a wealth gap between minorities, right? There's the blacks are this, the white, the Chinese that, the Asians this, blah blah blah, right? I understand. And then when you have real money with real money, financial knowledge, and then you come back to the Black community and say, hey, because you can build a building. You can say, this is what's going to be taught in this building right here. This is what's going to be taught. And then they go to that school and learn it. And then that's how you change it. But don't get caught up in, oh man, the blacks we only get this, but hey, it ain't got nothing to do with any of that. All you got to do is trust mathematics. You want to know the real question is which race trusts mathematics the most. So you got to know the right questions to ask. You have to know the right questions to ask. And that would be the right question. Hey, I wonder which race trusts mathematics the most. Those are the people with the most. That's the race with the most money. The race that trusts mathematics the most. This is crystal clear. Crystal clear. So do that, man. You're on your way. You come back. You gain this knowledge and money, and then you come back, and then you give back. That's how it works. But when you don't make the mistake, when you discover your talent, whatever, don't make the mistake that you're gonna force people to, nah, man, don't do that. Because I used to, hey man, I want everybody. No, just for those who listen. That's it. You don't have to force the truth on anybody. You don't try to convince anybody of the truth. Don't try to convince people that they should trust math. They just do it or they just don't. Period. Millennials Lead the Way says, you help me understand why people can't stop spending money they don't have. That's all part of the program. Now, when I talk about this system, I want you guys to understand something. The system is just the system. It's just there. It only favors those who trust mathematics. That's who it favors. Period. It doesn't care how someone feels about it. It doesn't care if somebody thinks it's good or bad. It's just there. I'm gonna give you guys a higher level so you guys can understand the gift that you will have. Okay. And it's just there. It's not nothing really, it's nothing personal. What I'm gonna tell you. You just gotta understand what it is. The economy, i I if taxes didn't exist and you were not forced to participate, it would break. That's why when we're born, we have a social security number. As soon as we're born, we're assigned a number. That's your participation number. You must have this number to participate. As soon as you're born, here you go, it's yours. This is how they keep track of your participation in this system. This is why penalties are severe for tax evasion. This is why it's severe because the backbone of the whole thing. You must participate for it to work. And if you were not forced to participate, it would not work. This is why do you think they have unlimited power? Seasoned bank accounts don't have to ask or tell nobody to just do it. And what you guys don't understand is, that, especially slaves, everything must make mathematical sense. Everything. When you lie, cheat, scam, steal, those things are meant to steal people's money, which means that it cannot make you must make things not make mathematical sense in order for you to steal money from people. That's the only way to scam people. It must not make mathematical sense in their favor. Both you guys' favor. It has to work that way. This is how you're so easy to see. Don't you get it? Everything leads back to anybody, put it this way, anybody that will risk the time in their life for green pieces of paper that don't exist is a slave. Do you understand that? If you risk the time of your life for green pieces of paper that don't exist, you are a slave. You are easy to see. Those of you that follow SMD, this will be your gift. Nobody, listen to me closely. Nobody in the world will be able to financially fool you. Nobody. Do you understand that? Do you understand how that works? Nobody. Slaves don't see negative numbers. They don't see them. Slaves don't even know. They don't even realize negative numbers exist. They don't even realize negative numbers exist. They don't even know it. You're my only goal, and it's not even just this goal, just today is a special day. Nah, today's not really even special to me. It's just another day. My only goal is to own 100% of the time of my life. That is my only goal. People are so focused on the future, securing their future. The future doesn't even exist. You can't retire if you don't own yourself. You can never retire. People are worried about, hey man, invest in this and do that for retirement in the future. But if you're in debt, listen, you cannot retire from debt. You cannot. You think if you retire, you think debt cares if you retire? No, it doesn't care if you retire. That's your problem. The future doesn't exist. The future can only be created in the present moment, today, right now, as you're listening to this. This is why they keep you this is why they keep you locked into the future. Like, hey, everything's better in the future. Everything that's a program. Yeah, you better do it now because the future this, the future that. Hey, what about the future this? What about the future money of this? The future don't even exist. That's why they keep you there because you can't be in the future and in the present moment at the same time. That's impossible. That's impossible. The future does not exist. You're creating it right now. Shout out to Zeke again for the 4.99 super chat. The highest form of pure thought is in mathematics. It sure is. You think if I was still in debt, I would even understand that statement? I would have never understood that statement. Never. When I read that statement now, that's crystal clear. Absolutely crystal clear. Yes, it is. Everything is mathematics. Morning, John. It is it is pretty amazing though. Like SMD family member Andre said, he said to count to 10 is 0 through 9. It's not 1 through 10. Everybody forgets about 0. Zero's a number. That's what I want you to see. It's even more. I started negative numbers. I started with I started saying that the slaves couldn't see negative numbers. They don't even see 0. What's up, Steve? Thank you for joining. Slaves don't even see 0. They don't see 0, -1, -2. They have no idea those numbers exist. They don't even know. Don't even know it. I have check this out. I have the power, not the power, the gift to make money disappear right before your eyes. Right before your eyes. Money. So to show you, like, I know you guys hear me say, hey, money doesn't exist, right? And you just can't really grasp that concept because you have it in your hand, right? So take out a 20 or whatever money you got in your pocket, right? Take out a 20. More people got 20. That's why I'm saying 20. Pull out a 20. And then I want you to go pull out your calculator because this is important because you guys don't see 0 and below. So this is important. You must use your calculator on this. I want you to go $20 minus your total student loan debt equals how much money you have in your hand. Okay. $20 minus your student loan debt equals how much money you have in your hand. Now, here at this point, now put this number in your calculator, okay, so you can see it. Now, this is the point to where you can cross over out of the debt matrix or you can stay in it. This is the glitch in the debt matrix. Here you go. You either can believe your lying eyes that you have $20 in your hand, or you can turn to the calculator. This is why I want you to bring up the calculator. You can look at the calculator and you can believe what the calculator is saying. Look at the 20 in your hand. You can believe that you have the 20, Or you can look at the calculator that you punched these numbers in with your own fucking hand. Okay? Now, I don't cuss, but I usually curse to try to make you pay attention to what I'm saying to you. You can look at the calculator and believe the calculator. If you believe the 20 is in your hand, you're going to be in the debt matrix until you're dead. You're going to die in debt. If you believe the calculator, you'll be free. That's how it works. That's the glitch. That's the glitch in the debt matrix. I'm on the other side because I always believe the calculator. That's why I'm here today talking to you. This is why my New Year's resolution is to create a legacy. That's why I'm here. Just look at the exactly. Just look at the number line. That's all you got to do. What's up, Hyphy? I made that announcement, Hyphy. They are asking what are the books? What are the 5 books? I didn't know the names of the books, so I'm sure Hyphy will provide that information to you. 1 second, you guys. I got to take a bathroom break because nobody's jumping up here. So hold on. All right, I'm back. You guys know I drink a lot of water during these lives. All right. But anyway, that's my New Year's resolution. Did I ever think the words legacy would ever come out of my mouth? No, I didn't even think about any of that. Create a legacy? Oh man, that's for people like what? It's so funny when I think about it now. I say something like that. I say, oh man, if somebody would say, hey man, have you ever thought about creating a legacy? I would have said, oh man, you need to be somebody. Who? A person like you? Be like who? Who are you talking about? Are they space aliens or something? They're just human beings, just like you. Shout out to Zeke again for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. He who can properly define and divide is to be considered a god. He who can properly define and divide is to be considered a god. Yeah. Wow. He who can. You're right. Man, that is some crystal clear language right there. Because that's exactly what it feels like. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely unexplainable. I feel like I got wings. I can't believe I was not paying attention to the things that were being said to me when I was in the working world, right? It's like I remember hearing JLB, just above broke. You don't really understand what that means when somebody says that to you. Like you don't really, I didn't get it. Oh man, what JLB is, what? Just above broke. And you just kind of laugh it off and giggle it away or whatever, right? But no, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And it was because of myself. It was because of myself. When you accept, now this is kind of off, but I just got to talk about it now. When you accept people talking down to you at work from superiors and managers, they're talking down to you because of yourself, because of you. You're allowing that to happen by being in debt. That's why you're accepting it, because you're in debt. That's why you accept it. It's you. You once you get out of debt, that power it returns to you. And when that happened to me, I didn't realize that what was happening to me. Okay, I didn't realize by getting out of debt that was happening to me. I didn't realize that. I got out of debt, but I still worked another year because I wanted to stack some money, right? But during that year, something it totally changed. I looked at a job totally different. Because once I got out of debt, I realized time was the most valuable thing on earth. Time, it's time, because I'm gonna be dead one day, right? I know that's weird to think about, but everybody knows they're gonna die, but you don't really know that. No, I mean, making it. That's the only thing I know. I know I'm gonna be dead one day, so I guess I better own the time of my life while I'm here. Once you understand that, and then you're at work, everything changes. They don't get no free time. They don't, you're not going to force me to put your stuff on social media. You're not going to convince me of any of that. No, if I'm taking the time to put on their advertisement on my social media, I'm using the time of my life to do it for free. I'm not doing any of that. You better believe that I'm not doing any of that. You don't even realize that when you're I didn't realize any of that, man. And you know what's so crazy too is like everything is designed to keep your mind in the future. It's everything is designed to do that. You go get a job, you sit down, you sign up. They say, "Hey, well, you might as well sign up for you got to sign up for the retirement plan and this and that, for your food." Nobody ever stops and say, well, and there's a feeling that you get like when you're sitting down and you're signing these work papers, right? And this application, which is ridiculous. I'm gonna get into that later, but and they say, "Hey, 65, you can do this and that." There's a feeling that you get inside. You be like, "Damn, 65?" Yeah, you know that feeling that you get right there? Because it doesn't exist. You create your retirement right now in the present moment. You create it now. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Do you actually think they created a retirement plan because they care about you when you get old? No, they don't. That's money. That's business. If you believe something outside of you is going to create retirement for you, that's a program. You are the only one that creates retirement for you. You choose the retirement age for yourself. Nobody chooses it. Hey man, they keep moving the retirement age. Who the fuck are you talking about? Who's moving retirement age? You are the only one that can do it. You retire at the age you choose. Like even when check this out. I know this is way off, but I want you guys to understand something so you guys can see this shit. When you fill out a job application, you see how many fucking questions they ask you? Look at all that shit they ask you. They need to know your whole history before they even hire you. You got to answer all these questions. That shit is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand its purpose, but once you get outside the debt matrix and you look at a job application, you're going to be insulted. You need to know. You need to know my whole life so you can pay me $15 an hour. Hell no, you ain't. You're not knowing all that information. Credit report. Where'd you go to school? High school? Did you pick your nose back in grade? No. This is the vision that you will have. It'll be crystal clear. That stuff is for slaves. Believe that. When you Here's another thing so you guys can get it, okay? So you guys can understand something. And this is I experienced this personally. That's why I can share this with you, okay? When you need a job, they can smell it as soon as you walk in the room. I don't care how you're dressed. You guys don't know this, but you because you're in debt, you don't see this. But when you walk into an interview, they can clearly see if you need that job. Especially, listen, especially if they run your credit report. They will know that you anyway, when you walk in there, when you have debt, you have a certain smell on you, have a certain look, you have a certain energy that you need that job. When you don't have debt and you don't need that job, it's different. You walk in the room different. They can see it, they can smell it, they can see how your mannerisms are. I promise you this, and I know this for a fact because when I left Alaska Airlines and went to T-Mobile, I didn't need the T-Mobile job. So my interview was totally different. I started asking them questions. Hey, who are you? Do people like you? That's what I would ask. Hey, how do you get along with the employees? I mean, the people under you. Do they like you? They had never ever. I could tell by the look on their face. They had never seen somebody ask those type of questions. I guarantee you. And I remember this one time. Uh, I was applying for a job, and there was a other person that was working there, and I said, "Oh, is there a rotation there?" It's like, "Yeah, there's an on-call rotation." Yeah, I said, "It would just be me and somebody else." Say, "Yeah, just you two. And you guys swap on-call rotations." I mean, what I said to myself, that means him and I would have to always, if he was out sick, guess who picks it up? Me. Then I said to myself, by agreeing to this contract, first of all, they would own 6 months out of the year of my life guaranteed, because we had to split the on-call rotation. And then I would have to uh, pick it up when he's sick or didn't show up or some holidays or vacation. I was like, and I this look came over my face in this interview. And then I remember talking to the recruiter after that, and they said, "Hey, they were enjoying you, and they really liked you, but they went with the other person because they said as soon as they asked you a question about the on-call rotation, your face changed." And I didn't know that my face changed openly. I didn't even know that. That's when I knew. What's up, Sal's? Kay? Most definitely keep that in mind. But when you get out of debt, this will be natural. Because I'm not saying people in that are not in debt don't have jobs. I'm saying people that don't have debt don't work at jobs they don't like. When you don't have debt, you don't work at jobs you don't like. This could be your New Year's resolution. Get out of debt. You're still gonna have a job to stack your dough, accounts on your situation. But I promise you this: you won't work at jobs that you don't like, and you will demand the salary that you deserve. If you're good at what you do, you'll walk in there and say, "This is my price. I don't care what your pay scale is." You know how they give you these stepping. This is another thing people don't really understand this. And if you accept it, they know you're a slave. Now, I didn't know this, but this is crystal clear. You know, when you come to a job and they say, "This is how you will go up in pay. You will go from KG to KF2, and then this will naturally bring you up to this at this time." They're telling you how much you're going to make per year for the next 10 years. If you agree to that, you're a slave. You're going to let some convoluted chart determine how much money you're going to make year after year. That's only slaves do that. Knowing that there's unlimited income potential. How do I know that? Look at Jeff Bezos. Does it look like his income is limited? Now imagine Jeff Bezos with unlimited income that he's proving to you that is possible. He's proven it to you. And then you come back and go log online to your jobs, your employer's database, and I want you to look at the pay scale chart, and I want you to look at that fucking convoluted chart and ask yourself, why am I accepting that? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why am I accepting that? Because you're a slave. You're in debt. Shout out to K Coaching with the $5 super chat. Your face changes anyway. Happy. It does. You're right. Your face does change. You will clearly understand that this system could not work without slaves. It could not work. It could not work without slave participation. You guys are participating voluntarily. This system is absolutely amazing. This system is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And this is worldwide. This is not just the United States. This is world. Laura says, I am going to have too much fun with all the knowledge, especially during the interviews and applying for jobs. Once I ain't gonna lie, the thought of filling out a job application for me, it gives me, I, I can't describe the feeling. I can't describe the feeling of owing an employer 40 hours a week out of my life to them. I just can't even and here I got to jump through all these hoops in the job application and then come to, because this is the worst. This is the worst. Okay, this is the worst, especially when you value your time. Okay, this is the worst. You fill out a job application, you make an appointment, and say like you're in, it's over the phone or whatever, right? And then they're late, right? They schedule an appointment with you, and then you show up on time, and then they're late. What is that? That should tell you something right away. They don't give a fuck. Oh man, this ran late. This one thing went over interview. Hey man, because they waste their time, they get to waste yours. They're gonna waste yours because they know you need the job. That's why you're there, and they can smell it. They make you fill out all that information and sign. And then once they run your credit report, they're going to see that you're in debt, and they're going to know exactly what they can offer you and what you're going to take. It sounds sad, don't it? Yeah, but it is what it is. Business. I'm not saying anything negative about it. That's business. Like right now, if you're a top tier engineer and you're really good at what you do in your craft, and then you sign up for a job application, and then they see your credit report and see that you're deep in debt, they know exactly what they can offer you, and you're going to take it because you're in debt. I can only imagine how many people are taking pay cuts right now. They have no choice. They got to get some kind of income coming in. They're going to accept the pay cut because they're desperate. They're going to see one look at your credit report, see you behind on your mortgage, car payments, whatever. They're going to say, yep, this person needs a job. Sure does. Okay, we're going to offer them this. Just enough to survive. They can't go too low because you'll recognize they'll be like, oh, damn, they ain't going to pay nothing. Then they won't get you. So they'll make it just enough to where you can survive. Pay your bills. I fired my last corporation for failure to comply with my needs. Exactly. You guys have no idea. That's what I did. I quit my last job. You guys don't know how powerful that is. That is unbelievably, like, I used to work for Alaska Airlines. Okay. I applied for a particular position. that I did not get. They denied me. And to me, in my mind, I was the perfect fit for it because I helped not only design it, I helped better it to make it more streamlined. So I was like, I'm a natural shoe-in for this position. I have to be, right? And they denied and said, "No, we're gonna hire somebody else and you're gonna train them." That's exactly what they said to me. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about it. That's just a business decision that they made. Okay, cool. In my business decisions, I said, "Well, no, I'm not. I quit." Because I knew I was worth what I was worth. And T-Mobile saw that and they gave me a $50,000 a year raise. $50,000. I went from 110 to 160. I had never in my life got that kind of a jump. You know why I got that jump? Because I knew my worth when I walked into that interview. I knew my worth. I said, this is what I can do. This is what I've done. I created all this and I can prove it. I can show you. And they said, we believe you, and paid me $50,000 a year more. Never in my life had I jumped that much in one job move. What was the difference? I believed in myself. That's it. I just believed in myself. And they could see it. They could smell it when I walked in. They could clearly see that I didn't really need this job. On my way home, driving home, I got a call and said, "Hey, they want you." In my mind, I said, "Yeah, I already knew that." I didn't say it to them, but I knew it when I left. Now, what's so crazy too is like when they told me the amount of money that they were gonna pay me, it just blew my mind. I was like, "Oh my God," right? Because that had never happened, right? And then, but I must have paused or something about the money, and the recruiter took it wrong. He said, "Hey man, but we could probably get more if you need more." I was like, "What the fuck, more?" But here I am. I'm going, "Oh man, no, that's cool." I played it off well, but that was more money than I ever in my life. But then I realized I had to think about, why did I get that jump? Because I walked in that office, letting them know I didn't need this job. I didn't have to say it. I just walked in the office like that. Exactly. I don't have time to reschedule. I hate my job so much. My testosterone level has dropped. Now my girl hates me. If you hate your job, you know why you hate it. You hate it because you don't want to be there. Oh, I know that for a fact, Andre. Oh, for a fact. I was just shocked because I had never got that kind of pay jump before, because that just blew me. I was like, whoa, shoot. But you guys got to also understand, once you cross over, that also getting that pay jump it was a test for me. It was to show me that money didn't matter, because even with that amount of money that was just given to me, not given to me or whatever, right? I still was trapped. I still had to be there every day. Now that feeling I can't really explain. It's a very difficult feeling to explain. Even the money didn't didn't keep me there. So I quit that job too. About a month and a half later. First, I quit Alaska Airlines, got the job at T-Mobile, stayed at T-Mobile for about a month and a half, and then I quit. You know how powerful that is, to quit two high-paying jobs, which I thought were high-paying. Okay, don't. That's another thing I'm gonna step on. I'm gonna talk about in a minute here. Quit two high-paying jobs with no problem and no disciplinary nothing. I didn't hate it. Nobody was treating me bad. I just quit. You know how powerful that is? That's powerful. Once I stepped out of that area, and then I realized, why do people talk about six figures so much? Hey man, you earn six figures, you'll make it, because they believe that's a lot of money. That's what slaves believe. That's a program. When you hear people talking about earning six figures, that's a program. That's a program that they're just running. The banks, whoever taught them, it doesn't matter. Slave sharing information, slave sharing slave information. Six figures is nothing. Anytime you hear somebody say something like that, you got to say to yourself, they're saying that because they believe it's a lot of money. That's why they're saying it. You ever see people walk around and say, "Hey, man, I make five figures"? No, you don't. Do you hear anybody say that? I make five figures? No, they don't say that. But for some reason, when you get to six, that much, oh, that's a big deal. Six-figure earners. Counts on who you're talking to. If you walked up to Jeff Bezos and said, "Hey, man, do you think six figures is a lot of money?" He'd probably not even say anything to you. You know how his eyes are just like they just like pierce your soul when he's looking at you, right? Right? He'll probably look at you like that and not say a word. Hey, Jeff, you think six figures is a lot of money? He'll be looking at you like, why are you even asking me that question? I don't get it. Is that a trick? When money can't keep you, you know you're not a slave. You're not a slave. Son of Israel says, "Yep, thinking six figures mean you've made it." Sure does. The 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 debt matrix in the debt matrix. Let me tell you something, okay, slaves. In the debt matrix, when you hear six figures, that's a program. Anything, especially I'm gonna just stick with money. When it comes to money, whatever the majority are doing, do the opposite. All right, I'm gonna give everybody a last opportunity to come up here and speak about New Year's resolutions, and he's gonna this is for a book giveaway. All right. Just to try to get people to participate more, especially SMD family members. If you're new, I'm trying to. Here's the link. Put the link up there again because I know I'm paying attention. There's more and more people following this channel. Okay, it's starting to get some traction, some serious traction. And I don't know if SMD intimidates you, or maybe you're just nervous to accept that you might. And don't get me wrong, okay? I want to make sure you guys understand this. What I'm asking you is to unlearn everything you've been taught. That's a huge step. I get it. You mean everybody what's been telling me that's wrong? Everybody's been telling me the wrong way to get a house, a car. Yes. School, college loans, credit cards. Yes, they've all been telling you wrong. Now, here I am asking you to unlearn it all and trust mathematics. That is huge. I get it. I totally get it. But if you ever want to be free, you're going to have to accept it. You're going to go through phases. You're going to, I tried my best way to help you guys understand with feelings so you can understand these feelings that you have while you're in the debt matrix. Those feelings are real. When you feel like your job's treating you like shit, that's why. You feel like you can't do anything about it. I'm telling you, that's why you're in debt. If you wasn't in debt, you wouldn't accept it. You feel like no matter how much money you make, you just simply cannot get ahead. That's why you're in debt. If you're sitting at home talking about, "Oh man, sure hope they hurry up and get the stimulus plan so I can get my check." If you're saying that, you're in debt. If you're thinking it's okay to keep student loans your entire life, if your student loans are older than your house, that's why you're at a job you hate. If your car is newer than your student loans, if your student loans are older than your car, that's why you're working at a job you hate. That's why you believe that somewhere in the future everything's going to change. If you believe retirement is an age, only slaves believe that. If you've been in a house for 20 years and you've been calling yourself a homeowner, listen this way. If you've been calling yourself a homeowner for the last 20 years while having a mortgage, you're a slave. What's up, Hyphy? Can you hear me? Hyphy there? Oh, okay. He's probably gonna come back. Try it again later. Nick says they did an analogy of Jeff Bezos and rice, and it was, oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that. But I guarantee you this, Nick. I guarantee you this. You see how people do examples like that, the rice and what he could buy. I guarantee you Jeff Bezos doesn't even think about money. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. The way people, oh, he's this, he's almost a trillionaire. I highly doubt if Jeff is sitting around saying, "Oh my God, I can't wait to be a trillionaire. This is going to be amazing." Guarantee he's not thinking about any of that. I guarantee he's thinking about. I watched this, and this is what people don't understand. This I watched this Jeff Bezos, this 1999 interview, right? All he's talking about is earning the customer's trust. The interviewer is talking about everything he has, the square footage of buildings, and what's in this, and how much money he's making, and blah blah blah. Right? And the only thing Jeff keeps coming back he keeps coming back saying, "All I'm here to do is earn the customer's trust by giving them the best possible service." Blockety blah blah blah. That's what it's about. If you earn the customer's trust, if they can trust you, they will spend money with you. Amazing. John Giller says, even with saying six figures, most people only think of like $100,000, to about 180,000. None even, not even 500. You're right. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's crazy how you have been taught to think as a slave and have a limited mindset. Yes. And this is I always got to reiterate this, but it's very important. Slaves are important to the economy. Very important to the economy. None of this would work without slaves. None of it. AJ says, LJ, I'm paying my car off and starting the new year debt free. Okay, cool. That's what I like to hear. I need to talk to you about my finances moving forward. Now that I'm outside the debt matrix, this is a wonderful feeling. Yep. Right there to scroll down at the bottom, AJ, savings minus debt, and then we can get started. I already got the blueprint for you. Promise you that. I'll point you in the right direction and you'll just take off from there. I'll say, hey, AJ, it's this way. And then you just take off, and then the rest will be up to you. Hi, if you there?
All right, yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
On the very first book I'm gonna raffle off. It's a
Okay.
book I think Mr. Andre Biswa would highly recommend. It could help out anybody, doesn't matter whatever financial position they're in. So let me pull this wheel up and let me give it a spin, and we'll pick a name. Here we go. All right, let's see what name we got. We have Stephen Fagerholm. I'm not saying his name properly. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, that's
Stephen.
my friend Steve. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
I think he's in here too. I could have swore I saw him. I think Steve was in here. Yeah, Stephen Fagerholm.
All right. Yeah, he's
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we got for him the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is by Stephen Covey. Really good book.
Okay.
Like I said, it doesn't necessarily, it's not a finance focused book, but once again, there's no way it cannot help you out with your finances, and it just has an overall person. Very, very good and highly recommended book.
All
So
right.
that
Cool.
will be for yeah, Steven. So
I'm texting him now, just in case if he's not in the room.
okay, cool. Well, yeah, you
Mhm.
could text you, and from there we'll just
Okay.
get the information necessary to get that book to him.
Okay. I just text him. So cool, man. I appreciate that, Hyphy, man. That is so cool, man.
I definitely and I'll be back on later to give out another one. So everybody stay alert, stay in here.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, man.
All right, later.
All right. That's cool. Steve, you want a book? Um, I'll get you in contact with Hyphy. We'll make that connection, switch emails or whatever, exchange emails, and you guys can figure out how to get that book to you. How you guys gonna do it? That is cool, cool, cool. So let's see here. Put that up there. Any New Year's resolutions? Okay, and come up if you want to. They don't have to be big. I want you guys to understand something. I know TV, social media will make you feel like anything that a goal that you may have has to be a certain size. You know what I'm saying? It has to be, you'll get on social media and you'll hear somebody do this, say this outlandish goal. Now, anybody can have a crazy goal, but I want you to understand that yours don't have to be big. My goal is big. Okay, but it doesn't have to be big. All right. My goal is to be one of the not only create a legacy, but be one of the biggest motivational personal finance motivational speakers in the world. That's my goal. That's my goal. Because math work, and the reason why I chose the world because math works everywhere. Everywhere in the world, math is the same. That's why I chose the world. SMD will be a worldwide known name. It will be. Here's another reason why I came up with this, okay? And this is why the world, okay? I've I took something so simple, savings minus debt. And this is a couple years ago. I bought the domain name a couple years ago, maybe something like that, and it was available. A formula that will change your entire life. All you got to do is believe it. And I went to got I said it's available. I was like, holy shit. You mean I was the only one in the whole wide world that came up with a formula so simple that will change your entire life? Me? Me. Okay, cool. Steve's still in here. I hope you heard that, Steve. You won that book. All right, so later on, we're going to exchange email addresses between you and Hyphy so you guys can figure out how you're going to get that book, okay? Just got my stimulus, has zero effect on my life. uh, right. You guys like I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to when people talk about politics on social media. I if I see somebody doing too much of that, I unfollow them. I'm unplugged. So when I found out stimulus checks was being passed out already, I was like, damn, really? Check my bank account. Sure was. It was in there. I was like, damn, okay, cool. Cool. But it's crazy. Thank you, Calvin S. Appreciate it. Dropping these gems like you do. You're definitely heading. Hey, man, I want you guys to see how it's done. When you guys can see and manifest the vision, you guys can see, I can actually see it. The reason why I can see it is because I can prove it. You guys know how that's powerful, man. Powerful. Powerful stuff. The reason why I'm not there now is because people just don't know me yet. That's it. Not enough people know me yet. That's the only reason why I'm not big as Tony Robbins. Is that his name? Yeah, Tony Robbins. It's crazy. That's how I know it's worldwide. That stimulus check added to your debt as a citizen, get tax sovereign. Sure did. Oh yeah, and money's. We always talk about that, man. I want you guys to. I want you guys to, in the background that are maybe too shy to speak. I want you guys to understand something. Right now is the starting line. Okay. Make your New Year's resolutions now, starting now. It could be small, anything that eliminates debt. I don't care if it's a $20 debt you owe somebody. So like it's not even on your record and you owe somebody $20, okay? And they keep bugging you about it. Hey man, where's that 20? Where's that? Go pay them. Then I want you to feel the energy of not owing that person anymore, not feeling every time you see them that they're going to bring up that conversation. What's up, son of Israel? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, LJ? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nice, nice. Decided to come up here since looks like everyone's just a little bit shook, not wanting to really talk about their resolutions. It's funny, I don't really I'm not a big, New Year's type of person. I'm not really big on the whole resolutions. Um, but I am big on like actually making plans for, the things that I'm gonna do throughout the year. And one thing that I said, like someone asked me about the whole thing, and I just said, listen, I'm going for peace. And, you know,
Mm,
I'm pretty sure they heard it as, oh, that's real nice, world peace is good. But I'm like, I'm
right.
talking about my peace,
Mm,
like peace for me, because I know I can achieve that.
mm-hmm.
Because it's crazy. So a lot of things happened since the last time I came up here, and
Okay.
it's something that the Most High God just kind of sat in my lap, and at first I was like, "Oh wow, that's amazing,"
Mm-hmm.
and then some other things kind of fell in line, and I realized I'm like, "Wait a second, I got an opportunity right now to where if what I'm the thing that I'm gonna go into the next few months, if everything comes out right." I don't have to work another day in my life if I don't want to.
Mm. Now, are you wanting to talk about it? Or are you waiting? What's going on?
I'm waiting to see if it all comes through. If it comes through, I probably talk about it. But
Wow.
it's crazy. It's almost unreal just looking at it. That's why I'm saying I'm waiting to see if everything comes through the right way
Well, you could
because
if you really look at it, can you see it?
I can.
Okay, then don't, why you worried about if then? You know what that is?
What's
That's
that?
doubt creeping in, trying to trick you. If you can see it, why are you doubting it? See what I'm saying? I can see that I can see that SMD will be known worldwide. I can see that. See what I'm saying?
I do.
So same thing with you. If you can see whatever this opportunity is, you can clearly see it. You got to say it so the universe hears you say it. Because what you're saying is like, I don't know. The universe might not come through for me. I don't know. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're saying.
You're right. You're right.
You can't trick yourself.
You're right. Yeah, it's the stuff with like my military service and
Hmm.
if like I did like my stuff for like compensation And I just went in and I told them everything that went on while I was in service and did all my exams and everything. And then when I finally got my like they finished everything and got it into me, I'm over here expecting I was gonna get something like on the low end, and I got something.
On the low end, which get something on the low end. What are you talking about?
um, it's kind of difficult to explain.
Oh,
So
okay. No, okay. Just talk in general. Okay. So you thought you were gonna get something on the low end and you got it something on the high end?
yes, but it's not at the very top.
Okay.
But looking at the things that I didn't put in because I didn't know much about how the system worked,
Mm-hmm.
I actually went and talked to someone who specializes in, the like everything when it comes to like disability for
Mm,
the military.
gotcha.
And they were like, hey, no, go and put those in
Mm,
because with what you have, when it actually goes through, you
mm,
will sit at the top level. And I
mm.
was like, wait, wait, really?
Because you went and got somebody with knowledge because you knew how to pick you knew how to do that.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
And at
Gotcha.
the top level, I'd be earning enough in to where I would not need to go get a job.
Wow.
Combined with the, what I told you before, me
Right.
having, the property I have.
And you're
Because
25,
then,
right?
right,
Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You have no idea what a gift you have to even be talking the way you're talking right now at 25, man. You have no, even if that didn't even come through right? I'm not even doubting the universe, but I'm just saying to even be thinking the way you're thinking at 25, man, you don't realize you're going to be a multi-millionaire by the time you're my age. I mean, man, you be saying shit that there was no way I was even close to thinking about at 25. All I was thinking about is women and cars. That was it. So congratulations, man. I'm telling you, congratulations. Before it even happens.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's it's strange because I've met so I'm in I think I kind of just slightly mentioned to it about how I was thinking about Mexico, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wanted to check other places out, and I actually made it happen. I'm here in Mexico right now, and
You are actually in Mexico right now.
yep,
That is
I'm in
absolutely
Tijuana right
crazy.
now,
Well, how long are you
and
there for?
it's just 2 weeks right now because I want to see how it's like here, and I want to go, chase around some properties and see what just basically
Holy
how like
shit.
the prices here. And
Man, you were unbelievable, man. I ain't gonna you amaze me. The things you're doing at 25 and you looking at properties in Mexico?
yes, because it's very cheap here,
No,
and
not that
it
it's
isn't.
cheap, not because the prices. I'm just saying you're 25 years old looking at properties in Mexico. I'm not even talking about the prices of whatever it costs in Mexico. I'm just saying you're 25 and you're doing it. That's crazy. That is
It
absolutely
really is
amazing.
because with like what I said about going for peace, I think about it and I'm like, listen, there's a lot of people that really think, oh, it's you could live somewhere like oh New York and um oh you could go live in Atlanta, you could go, like I was in Anchorage, you could go live in Anchorage, and I'm like, wait, why would I want to be here again? Because there's a lot of people in those places and they're thinking, I'm here and I've made it, especially like I said, New York and LA and such. Like my sister, she's in LA, but and I'm sure she's making some good money, but or quote unquote good money. But then I remember I was talking to my mom and she was saying something about her having problems with like basically affording living there, and I'm like, then why are you there?
Right. Exactly. See how
Thinking
you're
you're making
thinking,
good
man?
money.
Do you realize you are financially ahead of millions of people at 25? Do you realize that?
I do. It it took me a few times of like, because I would always do this thing. It's kind of like a little sanity check
A
of
little what?
a sanity check
Oh, okay. All right.
where I would, go and just do a little research online and look like, okay, what does the average American have in their bank account, for as far as savings?
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I look at that, it would kind of surprise me because I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, are you sure that this is what the average American has? And they're like,
And
yeah,
see,
yeah,
when you
that's
Google that, that's the answers. They're free to everybody. They're free to everybody to see what you just researched. It confused you because it's you think, wow, all these people only have that much. Yes, that's the answer. They do. That's all they have.
right. And then you look at that and just say, well, the smart person would just do the opposite of that.
Oh, that's amazing to hear you say that at 25. That is crazy. The smart person, exactly. It's hidden right in plain sight. You're exactly right. That is amazing
Hidden in plain
to
sight.
hear you say that. That
And
is funny.
I really
How is
appreciate,
your health wise, by the way? How is your health? Your body?
um, I mean, I could be better, but I gotta say, I mean, I stay thin, I stay fit.
Okay, good. Because I want you to be the reason why I say that is this for a couple of reasons. All right.
Hmm.
You need that body to enjoy life, to go around and do the things you do. Okay. Because you couldn't enjoy what you're building right now. You couldn't enjoy it if you didn't have your health to go do it. You couldn't go to Mexico. You couldn't walk around and look at properties if you have bad health, right? Also, number
Right.
two, your body shows the world how you feel inside. Okay. So if you're experiencing these things right now you're experiencing, man, you want to make sure like that it's got to be a wonderful feeling, right? To be able to do what you're doing right now. You're in Mexico right now in one of the worst economic times in history. You're in Mexico looking at properties. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I do.
And you need your body. So always make sure you take care of yourself too. Don't lose yourself into that type of stuff and not take care of yourself.
Almost definitely. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I've been doing is most of the purchase. I don't make a lot of like big purchases,
Mm-hmm.
but some of the big purchases when I look back at them, like it's been a lot of health purchases, like things like juicers and
Mm.
water
Okay.
purifiers and
All right.
things like that, just to make
Okay. So
sure
you already
that
been doing it. Okay.
anything for the daily basics, food and water that I put in my body is good because I don't want it to. I don't. You know how some people say like, "Oh, I've just been drinking tap water all the time," and I've been fine.
Right.
Although they've got like a whole bunch of different problems with them. They're like,
Exactly.
but I'm fine. I'm like, but you have this and this and that. I'm like, wouldn't you
Hey,
say that you're not actually fine?
it's gonna be, let me tell you something too, especially at your age. It's gonna be, I can only imagine having this type of knowledge at 25. Your relationship is gonna be, it's gonna be different, okay? Because your dating life is gonna be different because there's not a lot of women that's gonna be able to understand you. But that's okay. Okay, because it'll come. I promise you that. It's gonna be rare, but I promise you that. So you don't have to look for it. You don't have to settle. And I'm telling you this because I went through a phase at your age and trying to figure out a lot of shit. And now that I'm here, I realized something. I didn't have to settle for anything. I can wait. It's not a rush, because you won't be able to settle for less. So I don't know how you are in that part of your life, but if you run into those things, I'm gonna give you some words of wisdom to don't worry about it.
Yeah, and it's funny. You know how you use the term alien.
Mm-hmm.
Now speaking to people, I realize how much of an alien I am. Like, it's easy for folks to just say, "Man, you're weird," and I'm like,
I know that's easy for
you
them.
know what I am, and I just accept it now. I'm just like, yeah, I am. I'm a weird dude.
No, I just say I don't even use the
Weird
word
dude.
weird. I say I'm an alien. I'll say it to them.
You're right. I'm just gonna say that for now. I'm just gonna tell them straight up. I'm an alien, man.
Because weird has a negative connotation to it, right? But if you say, because everybody in the debt matrix have made to believe aliens are somehow superior. You ever notice that? They're always smarter. They always know more. Uh, they always have more advanced everything, right? That's why I'm
Right.
an alien. That's why they have big eyes, because we see more. That's why we got big heads, because we know more. I'm an alien. So are you. So when they call you weird, you say, nah, man, I'm an alien. They'll still look at you weird, but it's different.
I see. I see. But yeah, I just that's my thing is I want to attain that peace. That's part of what this little trip is for, is
Mm.
because up in Alaska, man, I'm telling you, I was depressed as hell.
Mm. Depressed from
And I
what?
know
What do you think you were depressed from? From what?
from a lot of things. It was from, the work I was doing in the military.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, it's from the area. It's from not really having a lot of people to, relate to.
Mm-hmm. You came
And
out of it
so,
though, man. What got you out of that depression? What got you out of it?
well, part of it was the religion I came into. Even though there was some troubles in that, but I know it wasn't with the religion; it was with the people I was with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so this year, it's funny because this year was horrible for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but for this year, it seemed to be my best year
Right. Mine too.
because not only did I get out of the military, I got out of the military, I got out of the organization I was with, you know, and now I'm planning to get out of Alaska.
Oh, that's where you currently live?
hmm I currently live in Alaska, but
Where are you gonna
once
move to? Where you plan on moving to?
coming right here to Mexico.
Wow. Holy moly. That's crazy, man. Damn, that
Now,
is 25.
and the way that I'm going to be doing it, I won't have to give up anything that I have in the States. Not access to the States, not what I'm going to be receiving. I won't have to give up anything.
Wow. Man, you are so far ahead, man. You're like fucking light years ahead, man. Your thought process at your age, man, you about to be a billionaire. I mean, do you understand that? I know it's
I
hard to
do.
fathom. I know it's hard to fathom, right? But that's where you're headed, man. Man, you are just
Because money won't be a problem anymore. Like you were saying with Jeff Bezos, how
yeah,
he's not even thinking about any of that.
no.
And I'm
The more
listening to
money,
you, and
the
it's
more
hitting
money
me.
you
I'm
make,
like,
the
dang,
less
man,
money, less you think about it.
he's not thinking about it at all.
Exactly. until you have
And
to. Until you have to. Okay, I got to pay a bill. I got to think about money. I got to pay this electric bill. I
correct.
got to pay this whatever, right? But other than that, don't even think about. And if that's set on auto, you don't even have to think about that.
Exactly. With everything we have now, anything could be set on an auto pay.
Mm-hmm. Man,
And
how many people in your family can relate to you? Do you have any friends or family that can relate to you outside of what you talk to us here at the SMD family? Can you talk like this to anybody else in your life?
um, I can talk about it a little bit to my dad, and
Uh-huh.
I try to give him little tidbits.
No, I'm talking about
Um,
fully the way you talk about it here.
not fully. No one in my family that I could talk about it fully.
What about friends?
No friends that I could talk about it fully at all.
Wow. Wow. Especially at your age, man. That's got to be just, I mean, not a bad thing. I'm just saying that the focus that you have right now, and it's a natural focus, right?
It's
Man,
very,
that's
yeah,
just
it's very
gonna be,
natural.
your life is gonna be just amazing. You're gonna be so free. You're gonna own the time in your life, your entire life. You're gonna own it.
Right. And I want everyone else that comes in here and listen to you, I want them to realize like things that you might deal with at your job, people yelling at you for shit you didn't do, you know, y- you coming a little bit late because you're trying to get every ounce of your time you won, and then they over here saying, "Oh well, you're 5 minutes late, so
Mm,
this and that." You know, you're if you got a relationship going on, you got a significant other, and she's yelling at you because you've got, oh well, these bills need to be paid, or so and so's got this issue and we need to pay medical bills for this, and all of that unrest, and you know just what's the word for it?
mm,
Opposite of peace.
right. Andre,
just
you got
just
a
the
word for
opposite
it?
of
Opposite.
peace.
What's opposite of peace? What would that be?
Disarray, dismay.
Something. I'm
just
sure there's a perfect word for it. We just ain't came across it.
just
But
all of that you're going through. It's like, wait a second, I can stop all of this.
mm,
I can make plans. That's why I said with the whole resolution, I want people when they do these things, like, write things down.
right.
Don't just say it. Have it written down how you're going to do it. That's how I'm doing it right now.
Mm,
I'm writing things down just to make sure I have everything down to say, okay, how is this game plan? How is this roadmap going to go to make sure nothing can stop it? To make sure I'm seeing it right? To make sure everything's 100%, you're checking it and you're like, okay, this is actually going to go. It's going to happen. Because, like I said, when I look back at the things that I went through, I'm like, I don't want any of this to happen again.
there's the word up on the screen that we were looking for.
Dis-ease. A lot of disease out here.
No, dis ease, not disease. Dis
Dis-ease.
ease, which
Ah,
is you combine them. It spells disease, which it is.
it is.
It is a disease. You believe that? And I'm sure
I
it's the
want
main. I'm sure
ease.
it's the main cause of diseases inside of your body from all that stress, from not owning the time in your life. Guaranteed.
Almost definitely guaranteed.
And
And I
nobody
just
taught
want
you any
sick
of this.
ease.
Nobody taught you any of this. No, nobody. You just learn this on your own.
I learned it on my own, but I will say that there were some terms that I've heard. Like, my dad would always say, like, it's funny because we never had a lot of big deep talks, but
Mhm.
he did say something that was, it was very basic. He said, handle your business first. He's
Mm.
always saying, handle your business first, handle your business first.
Mm.
And I never really put, how can I say it? I never put, I guess, active thought into that. But I guess
Mm.
like I kind of just passively did it.
Mm.
Yep. I've just passively did it. I always look things because I've always been a type of person to look things up, go on the computer, look things up. Ever
Okay.
since I first got a computer, I was always looking things up, going on to different websites, browsing different websites. I used to be on, before like Reddit and everything came up, I used to be on 4chan and all of that, browsing there when I was young, like young as hell. I was like 12 going on there.
That's that
And
is that is absolutely amazing, man. That is absolutely, son of Israel, man. I tell you, man, just to listen to you, it's just it's actually mind blowing. Just to know that some people, and on a higher level, how I think about it is how people are awakened at different times in their life. For you, it's at a very young age, right? To what you know right now is a gift, right? It's a gift. Uh, it's gonna save you. It's gonna save you from divorce, bad relationships, uh, bad business deals. Um, just and what I'm glad I'm here to be able to help you put it together and acknowledge it, that you're not crazy, that you're not alone and stuff like that. I know that's my purpose of this for you, of this piece of your puzzle, right? That it's
right,
okay. It's cool.
most definitely. And that's one thing I'm really glad to have found you because now I have even more information to affirm what I've already looked up, what I've already known,
Mm,
and things to, like I said, further secure that peace.
mm-hmm.
And I hope I really I could see it happening too with Savings Minds that I could see it being a worldwide name.
Mm-hmm.
With the age that we're coming up with,
Mm-hmm.
internet being all around, you don't have to be on the TV to be worldwide.
Nope. Mm-mm. Those days are done.
Those days are done. You could be worldwide just being on here,
This
and
is
we'll
why I
make that
chose.
happen.
This is why I chose YouTube, because YouTube is the biggest stage in the world right now at the current time. There is no bigger stage than YouTube.
Most definitely, we'll make it happen. Make
Mm-hmm.
it happen.
That's why I chose YouTube. At first, I started out on Facebook. I was like, no, that's too enclosed. The majority are slaves inside of social media. I said, I got to get out bigger to where everybody can access it for free. So, sort of same thing you're doing. You're going in a certain direction. Like you're there in Mexico because you felt it was right. That's what you wanted to do. Now you're there. Now you're just following whatever is telling you inside of your mind, and you're flowing with it.
Correct. Correct. Matter
Mhm.
of fact, wow. You know, you just kind of gave me an idea of what I think I actually want to do
Mhm.
as far as a personal personal business, not for the money but just for the sake of being able to improve the world or improve the
Mhm.
people in the world,
Mhm.
because I'm going to help other people that have the opportunity that I could have to actually achieve it, because I've been, like I said, I'm good at looking up information.
Mhm.
I'm good at actually dealing with people and talking to them and explaining things to them. So
You know what I was
Oh,
thinking too? This is what you do. Okay, this is how you'll know your passion. The first time you hear somebody say, "You've changed my life," that's how you're gonna know your purpose and your right direction. That's how you're gonna know if you went in the right direction. If whatever you do to help change the world or change they're gonna tell you that. As soon as you hear that, you know it's the right direction because people don't say that accidentally. I've never accidentally walked up to a person and said, "Hey, you changed my life." That never accidentally slips out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's how
yeah,
you're
I've
gonna
never
know.
heard that either.
That's how you're gonna know. I never knew that until I experienced it. Now it happens all the time. So that's how I know this is my true purpose because I'm changing lives.
See,
Hmm.
that's the reason. All right, yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted to
All right, sir.
um,
I'm about to wrap this
get
up
on.
anyway. Try to get out some books. I guess we're going to have to end up moving into the Discord server. But thank you for jumping on here, Son of Israel. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to hear your stories and your direction. I'm excited about to hear once the other thing comes through. I'm excited to hear the whole story behind it in detail if you're willing to share it at a later date.
Oh, no problem, no problem. And
Enjoy
I might
Mexico.
actually make that. I might actually make that a part of like what content I put on my channel,
Oh,
just to help
okay.
other brothers get
Okay.
get what they need.
All right. Sounds good to me, sir.
All right, you both take it easy.
All right. Thanks for jumping on, man.
Most
All right.
definitely.
Hyphy's
Have a
back
good one.
on. You got the mic, Hyphy?
All right, so I'm going to do another book right now. We'll just do two today, and I'll give some other ones off. I guess maybe Q&A Sunday. So the next book I'm going to give away, it's going to the title of it is let me pull this thing up. All right, so we have Atomic Habits, which is an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. That's the title of the book, and it's by James Clear. I think this book would fit into this realm based on the fact that we breaking the habit of being in debt is or just your financial habits. It could definitely help with the debt thing as well. So I'm going to give this book away, and it's a really good book as well. It'll help you in all aspects of life. So let me go ahead and turn the wheel on this one, and let's get a name. All right, the winner of this one we have Donovan Wood.
Oh, Donovan Wood. Okay, he's on my Instagram. I will reach out to him on Instagram unless he's on here now. I don't know if he's up here now, but
Yeah,
I'll,
Donovan Wood. If you're in here, speak up, and yeah, you can get in contact with LJ, and we'll go from there. So I can get your book to you as well.
yeah, okay. I'll reach out to him on if he doesn't get on us here, I'll look him up on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, this is another really good book. Um, okay, yeah, so I'm just going to do two today. I'll throw out some more, like I said, maybe Q&A Sunday. So
Okay,
I'm just giving everybody else who probably didn't get selected come back around on Q&A Sunday.
cool. All right, man. I appreciate you, Hyphy. Thank you so much for doing this, man. I really do. It's cool to share the knowledge, especially this book knowledge too. That's amazing. Oh, there's Donovan. He's in there. All right. Hey, Donovan, I don't know if you're part of the Discord server, but get on there, connect with Hyphy to exchange email addresses so you guys can figure out that how to get that book to you.
Yeah, it's right in the description link of this video. Just click the
Okay.
link and you'll be put in there.
Cool. And I'm gonna send you Steven's email address, Hyphy, in the email so you can figure that part out.
All right, yeah. Like I said, everybody else listening, just come around on Q&A Sunday, and yeah, you might be selected. You never know. Just come around.
Cool. All right.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Later.
That is so cool. All right, you guys, we're gonna wrap this up for today. And it was good, even though we didn't, have more participation than I wished, but I would have liked. But whatever, still turns out I still enjoy talking, sharing message, and thank you, Son of Israel, for coming up here and sharing your story, man. What an amazing 25-year-old story from a story from a 25-year-old, not a 25-year-old story, but man. I ain't gonna lie, my life would have been different if I known what you knew, what you know now at 25. Man, that's crazy. Definitely was not looking at properties in Mexico. I was financing cars and buying rims. That's what I was doing. Useless, stupid stuff. But anyway, you guys have a happy New Year's. Thank you. Happy New Year's, Andre, Donovan, Hyphy, Nicer. Everybody that join the session today. I will. Today's Friday. Okay, well, I'll probably see you guys. I don't know why I was thinking today's Saturday. Anyway, yeah. So I will see you guys most likely on Sunday for Q&A Sundays. Appreciate it all. Appreciate you all. Until next time. See you later. Bye.